Hey, it's Sunday, and I'm Tom, and today is the very first, it's not the very first live stream I've done, but it's the very first regular live stream that I'm doing. Not that the others were irregular, but what I mean by that is last week, sometime, I think around Tuesday, I did a live stream that was all about like goals for 2018 and concrete things, and a lot of them focused on this specific YouTube channel. And a big part of that was trying to improve the live streams on this channel and to get them to look better and to sound better and to do them more regularly. And so that's what I wanted to do today, was to start a regular live stream. So as of right now, there's videos every Tuesday, like pre-recorded, edited videos that are hopefully like, polished and really nice and professional. And then there's live streams every Sunday evening-ish. Don't know exactly what time, just kind of whenever I feel like it. And then hopefully, in addition to that, then other videos and streams, like as I can fit them in. But I wanted to at least have like kind of those two standing appointments. And I really like doing pre-recorded videos, but live streams are different because you actually get the interaction, hopefully there's some interaction. And so I just figured like, 30-ish minutes beyond, sometimes Heather and I have done live streams in the past that were supposed to be 30 minutes and they went to like 3 hours. That is not my intention for today, but just to kind of check in, because live streams and recorded content, a little bit different. With recorded content, I can really polish it up as much as I can and kind of like go out and share different things. But the interaction isn't real time, whereas obviously with something live, if you happen to watch right now, you can interact in real time, which is really cool. And you should see it here in this space popping up, all the different chats and things. So here's kind of what's happening today. As I've been working on making videos for my YouTube channel, what I've noticed is I don't want to say struggling, but I've kind of been all over the place, because sometimes I'll do a video about like, sometimes I'll do a video, I don't know what that was, a video about like production techniques and movies and cameras and audio and that sort of thing, or editing or whatever. And then the next week I'll do a video about 3D printing. And then the next week I'll do a video about like somewhere, out of town or an event or something. And it's kind of all over the place, which I know like they say is like the worst thing you can do on a YouTube channel, because how do you find an audience that's for everything? But that's kind of the point, because this whole channel is literally called the Enthusiasm Project. And what I mean by that, when I say that, is I want to share things that I'm enthusiastic about, because that is one of the best qualities I think you can have as a person, is enthusiasm and curiosity. And I'm enthusiastic about a lot of things. And in the past, especially as a kid, it was kind of like, you need to pick a thing and stick with it. Like there's too much, you can't do all this different stuff, like pick one thing. But as I've gotten older and I've seen the way all these different things tie in together, no, I don't believe that at all. I think you should really be excited and enthusiastic about lots of things, and then you never know how they're going to connect and how they're going to connect with other people and where they're going to lead. And so that's the goal of this channel. That's what I hope to share with you. And today, to kind of get stuff started, that's what I wanted to share. I wanted to go over, I have a short list that I put together of just 5 things that I'm really excited and enthusiastic about that are usually featured on this channel, so you might understand that a little bit more. As I'm going through those, if you want to share yours, I would really love to hear things that people who watch this are excited about and enthusiastic about, or have ideas for, because that's really exciting to me. So yeah, so that's kind of where we shall start. So I'm trying to like, I'm trying as part of my like whole live streaming thing. Heather just said, yeah, it's so clear because there's a new camera. The video coming out on Tuesday is all about that, and whether or not 4K is super necessary or not super necessary. I'll let you be the judge of that. But yeah, I wanted live streams to actually look good, not only by being clearer, but by eventually being able to show more than one thing at a time. So, today I'm just sort of talking, but if I were making something or doing something, I would like to be able to talk and then cut to a different camera that actually shows what I'm doing. So that's part of making the live streams look better. And then just little things like, let me see. So I'm looking down because my computer's right here. Little things like this, like adding in, you know, titles and stuff, they're kind of a pain in the butt to make, but they're not really that hard, but it really kind of helps things look better. It helps provide information that might, you know, make things a little clearer as time goes on. So even though it's just me doing everything all at once by myself, hopefully it looks a little more polished and feels a little different, because I want to push everything to be as polished and professional as possible. So I bring that up because I don't have tons of graphics made, so I have my special graphics card happening right here. Not graphics card, graphics thingy, squeeze, box, whatever. Let's see, let's jump in over here. Here we go. This is what I wanted to talk about today. 5 things. Oh no, technology, am I right? 5 things that I'm enthusiastic about. That is where I'm going today with this. And just for the sake of grammar, it should be 5 things about which I am enthusiastic, but that sounds like a crazy person. So yeah, I guess you could say English and grammar, definitely one thing I'm enthusiastic about. First thing though, on my list of stuff that I'm enthusiastic about should not be a surprise, and it's something that you'll see a lot of on this channel, and it's something that helped start this channel, which is, not that, it's this way, which is photo and video, which also kind of just falls under the headline of digital storytelling. So photo and video are things that I have been passionate about literally since I was like, I can remember since I was 4 years old and I picked up a camera for the first time and I saw people using cameras. I don't know why, but that's just the most exciting thing to me. That's like my #1 hobby, my #1 like passion. That's what I'm really excited about, is photo and video and making stuff and editing things and learning new techniques and equipment and gear and audio. And it's just, and this is like the best time ever to be there. Hey, Steven. How's it going? People who are saying hi. If you didn't know, I'm asking, like, you know, for people to share things they're enthusiastic about. So let me know what you're excited about, interested in, enthusiastic about. We can talk about that stuff because that's really cool. So photo and video are a huge one of mine, and they fall under digital storytelling because those things let you tell your stories and they let you share things that are interesting to you, interesting to other people, interesting to the broader world at large. And they're just so much fun. Like, I don't know. As a kid, like, I loved going to Disneyland and stuff because every kid does. But my favorite thing to do when I was like 10 years old and would go to Disneyland would be to look at everybody's video cameras that they had, because I just thought it was like, it was so interesting to see the way different people use the different tools. And I don't know, I love cameras. I love technology. That's what my job revolves around. It's just so much fun. And I'm so happy that it's become so popular and so relevant lately, because it's just like, rarely does the thing that you really love suddenly become, you know, relevant to everybody in the world. So photo and video is something that I'm like majorly enthusiastic about, which is why I wanted to start this channel in the first place. And it's also one of the major topics that pops up in videos is I really like to share knowledge and information that I have about photo and video, because I do have quite a bit of it from all the years of playing with these things, and it's fun to share it because even if you're not like a filmmaker, still learning how to produce things well is important. And, you know, I'm still learning to do that, but it's fun to like learn and share together. That sounds really cheesy. Anyway, #2 on my list of things about which I am enthusiastic, art and creativity. That's a huge one. I mean, these aren't in any specific order, because otherwise I'm going to say they're all like very important. But art and creativity, oh my God. Like, if I have to sit through another PowerPoint presentation where someone just copy and pasted text on a slide and is reading it, that's the opposite of art and creativity. That destroys art. But that's how a lot of people kind of approach things. They'll be creative and they'll interact with art if they're told that now is the time to be creative and make art. But it's very important for people to understand that you can do that at any point. And so I bring up PowerPoint because I remember back in college, oh my God, there'd be presentations, and not only would they all look like that, where they're just walls of text, but like everybody would have chosen the same crummy theme. So it was the same like cheesy background and like text and fonts and stuff. Every presentation looked exactly the same. And it was fun to kind of then go like, well, why don't I like not use that? Why don't I make a video? Why don't I like use Photoshop to create my slides instead of PowerPoint so they can have a little more like style to them or a little more interest? Why don't I use that as a storytelling tool rather than an academic crutch? That kind of a thing. And there are so many opportunities just in life every day to infuse art and creativity that I don't know, it makes things so much better if you're able to do that. And I mean, that's the stuff. Those are the people that I admire the most in the world, are people who are artistic in some way, but I think creativity even more so. Just people who do creative, fun, interesting, different things. That's what I get really excited about when I see people doing that. So art and creativity. So a lot of the stuff that I do on this channel focuses around art and creativity, and I try to to be creative. Let's see, Optimus Jack, I just saw a thing. It said, damn, check out that subscription count. Where is it at right now? 127. I know, triple digits, custom URL time, the whole thing. Art and creativity though, over subscribers, but don't worry, we're going to talk about that in a second. So Optimus, if you just joined us, I'm talking about things that I'm enthusiastic, things which I am enthusiastic about, which I'm, whatever, things I like. And because I want to have, that's the whole point of this channel. And since this is the first live stream, I wanted to kind of touch base with like, that's why you see what you see on this channel. That's why this channel exists. That's why I'm putting so much time and effort into building it, is because I actually care about it. And these are the things that drive me to do it. So art and creativity, I mean, that's a huge one. Number 3, music. The room that we're in right now, there's a guitar over my shoulder that does get played. There are many others sitting around the room. There's drums right over here. God, I love music. Music was like, music for me was one of those things. I'm an okay musician. I would normally say I'm a terrible musician, but I know somebody would yell at me if I said that. So I'm an okay musician, not super technical, but God, I really love playing music. And it wasn't, I mean, that's all this stuff behind me is music based and band based. And that's what, like, music showed up into my life at the perfect time when it was like, you could just see, express yourself, and you can experience things, you can connect with other people. Like I grew up in this pretty ghetto little town where everybody was listening to stuff, and I'm not trashing this, but everyone's listening to stuff like Korn and Limp Bizkit and Slipknot and those bands at the time. Those were like our big middle school, high school bands. And they're great when you're an angsty 14-year-old, but when you're actually looking at something that you're like, hey, is this artistic? Is this actually good? They kind of suck. I'm sorry, they're not great. And it wasn't until, it's kind of covered up right here, but the Aquabats up here showed up and just opened up a whole different world of music to me at a really important time, and that changed everything. So even though a lot of what I do isn't music, music is like infused into it. And God, I love music. I love learning to try to play music. I love learning new instruments. I mean, there's keyboards and things happening all over here, which it's so much fun to interact with music and to have fun with music. So music is huge. Ideally, it would be so much fun, because using music in YouTube videos is really hard. You kind of have to like use royalty-free music, or else you can get all these copyright strikes against you. And so there's some great sites and subscription services where you can get legally royalty-free songs. But ideally, it would be so much fun to make original music for videos. So it's just, but that's quite down the line, but something that I would be really excited about doing. And I saw that Heather said, definitely not terrible. So thank you for saying definitely not terrible. I'm still getting used to it, because I apologize every time I want to come in and play the drums, where like, I have to like tell her like, if it's okay, I'm going to go play the drums for like 10 minutes. And she's like, yeah, I don't care. It's fine. You can play them whenever you want, as long as you want. It's fine. But it's still weird that like somebody doesn't hate my music. So anyway, jumping in. This is the third item, which hopefully is pretty obviously infused into the things that happen on this channel. I should probably hold it over here so it doesn't get covered by the chat. And then up next, 3D printing. This is kind of a new thing. This is literally just like I'm 3D printing something right now for a video that I'm making about 3D printing. That is something that I never thought I would get into because it seems so scary and different, and I'm like bad at math and I'm bad at engineering and I'm bad at those things, but I really like them and admire them. And it's like a year and a half ago I got interested in 3D printing and just kind of dove into it. And the best thing about 3D printing is the 3D printing community, because every printer, every style, everything has this awesome community behind it, and it's very much an open source, share what you have situation, and I love that. And what I've noticed, I've just always liked that, but what I've noticed anytime I make videos about 3D printing is they get a lot of good feedback from people that don't normally see my other videos, because now they're searching out 3D printing videos, and it's so fun to interact with people and talk about, you know, different techniques and share different files and answer different questions and provide feedback. And like, I love 3D printing. And so it's been kind of hard for me to merge the two, because lately especially, it's like there'll be a video about movie making equipment and then a video about 3D printing, and it's like, what is this channel? But that's what it is, and that's really exciting, and I'm trying to find ways to merge things together that I like. And that's really, and it's just really fun and exciting. So hopefully if you see a video that is not something that you're specifically interested in, you'll at least like watch it for the entertainment value and maybe find it interesting. Like sometimes you see a documentary and you're like, I don't care about African species of ants, but I'll watch this documentary for 90 minutes because it's really well made and interesting. So maybe that's kind of where you can go. So 3D printing, I'm really excited about. I'm trying to find a balance. I want to do a lot of 3D printing videos. So I'm trying to find a balance of how to do that without boring anybody. So up next, on things about which I'm enthusiastic, number 5, the last item in my list. What the hell just happened? Last thing is YouTube, because here's the thing. I don't know. If you look at the about information section about this channel, it will say that this channel was started on June 29th, 2017. That's crazy, because YouTube came around in 2005 and I've been making videos my entire life. Why I waited 12 years to like start participating, I have no idea. Because I mean, literally like my whole childhood was trying to corral people to get them in a room so I could play a VHS tape of some terrible movie my friends and I made. And now I can literally share stuff to the entire world. And like, I wasn't doing it for over a decade, and that's crazy. And it's been so much fun to figure out how it works. It's been so much fun to understand it better. And it's been so much fun to use YouTube as an outlet for pushing me to make more and create more and build more and do more. So gosh, I'm so excited about YouTube and for YouTube and to do things. And it's been really fun just to watch that process happen, because I look up to so many people, like Heather included, and well, I mean, not included, but she's the one that like pushed me to start my own thing pretty much. So there's just so many people I look up to, and it's really cool to see what they do and to be inspired by them. And what I'd really like to do also is focus on kind of like, not to steal a phrase, but document my journey of trying to build a YouTube channel from nothing to, you know, slightly more than nothing. Because I think that's interesting. I think there's so many videos. If you search right now or after this stream, if you search for how to start a YouTube channel, you're going to find just so many results, and they all have, you know, bajillions of views and stuff. But when someone who has like 15 million subscribers and everything they post gets millions of views, and they're telling you, this is how you start a channel. You just post things and you keep posting good stuff. It's like, that doesn't really mean that much. It's kind of interesting to be the person who's like, literally, no, how do I start it? Like, there's nothing. And what do? I posted a video and now what? And so if I can kind of be the canary in the coal mine for that, for anybody who's thinking of doing it, I'm more than happy to, because my only, let me think how to say this. The best time to start a YouTube channel, if you're thinking of doing it, is yesterday. Because no matter when you start it, you're going to wish that you had done it sooner. And then it's like the drums. I wanted a drum set for like 20 years, and I just kept putting it off. And finally, right before I turned 30 a couple years ago, I was like, I need to buy a drum set, because I'm just going to keep waiting, and eventually I'm going to be 40 and I'm still going to want a stinging drum set, and I'm not going to have one. And by the time I'm 40, I could have been playing the drums for 10 years instead of just starting. And so that's what you kind of got to do if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, is just jump in, because it sucks to start from nothing. But the longer, no matter what, you have to start from nothing. So there's just that. I'm reading some things here. Let's see. Better late than never, which could have easily, yeah. So that's what Heather said with that. Better late than never. Because how late is late anyway? I mean, like, still realistically, like, it's still years and years of YouTubing. I like the part where Heather just said I'm better than a lot of other people. So we'll just keep that up there as like my seal of endorsement. That will be my channel description from now on. So ultimately, I know this isn't like, oh my gosh, freaking balls to the wall live stream over here, Super Bowl types of views and stuff, but it's the first one I'm doing. I just wanted to start somewhere. I do videos every Tuesday. I want to do a live stream every Sunday. It'll probably be a little later than this normally, maybe later in the evening, 6, 7, 8 o'clock-ish. Because a lot of people are a little bummed out the weekend is over. Monday for a lot of people is the least favorite day of the week. And so if we can just kind of watch and talk about and do something fun every Sunday night, I think that's a good way to end the weekend. For me, honestly, doing a Sunday night live stream is super therapeutic, because I tend to get a little bit of anxiety before the week, and doing this totally takes my mind off of it. So welcome to my therapy session. So basically every Sunday, probably live streams throughout the week also whenever necessary, but every Sunday, please, 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 if you haven't subscribed, definitely do so. And I hate to be the person to say this, but hit the bell, because that will tell you when the live stream started. So you don't have to just remember to check in. You'll get a notification, ideally right when it starts, so you can jump in and participate. Because I want to make sure, I want to get dialogue going. That's the best part with the live stream, is to keep dialogue going throughout it. Oh, but wait, what's this? There's more. I have a bonus item. Because as I was going through, I always feel like I have to defend myself in my brain to some invisible critic. And so as I'm going through these different things, you know, the things that I'm enthusiastic about, photo and video. So this is something you're going to see on this channel. Art and creativity, music, 3D printing, and finally YouTube itself. How do I tie all that together? And I feel like I have to justify to someone that isn't actually there. But what they really fall under, and what I'm really enthusiastic about, is teaching and learning. Which, God, that sounds so cheesy, and I felt dumb writing it. But teaching and learning is the best way to be excited about stuff. I mean, I'm a teacher as my job. It's like what I do. But the thing about teaching is it's really the best way to learn something. The best way to learn something is to teach that thing. And so I really like to learn stuff, and I really like to learn about things. And then I get really excited about those things, and I want to share them with other people. And the best, that requires me to then probably teach it to them or teach them about it. And that is really exciting, to kind of share that passion and curiosity. And ultimately, like, the reason that I want to share the things I'm excited and enthusiastic about is because I want to share them, and I want people to share in them with me. But I also just want to kind of set an example for, like, good Lord, it's 2018. How could you possibly be bored even for a minute? Like, there's no time to be bored. in 2018 with everything that's happening. And there's so many things to be excited about, and there's so many things to learn, and so many things that you should try, that if you're bored, like, what? There's no time to be bored. And that's the big thing, is like, I just want to share my enthusiasm, because I believe that enthusiasm, I was making a really bad joke right now, but enthusiasm is definitely contagious. It's like something contagious that you actually want to catch, which is gross. What a terrible way to end a live stream. But anyway, that's the goal here, is if there's any continuity, I'm sharing things I'm excited about because I want to share them with you, and because I also want you to be excited about things in the world, and to maybe be motivated to pursue things that you're excited about, because at the end of the day, you only have so many days, and at a certain point, you're not going to be able to do those things anymore, or it will be too late to start something. And so you should really literally seize the opportunity to create something, do something, try something, explore something when you can, because that is the only time that you're going to have to do it. So that's a good note to go out on. Look at that, right almost at 30 minutes, which is exactly what I said. So again, this is, I call it Sunday Funday, which sounds so stupid, but it has that alliteration, you know? So this is the first Sunday Funday live stream. I'll see you guys live next Sunday. There's a video coming out this week on Tuesday that's all about cameras and 4K and upgrading cameras. So if this looks clear and nice, I kind of explain why, because it's a brand new camera. It's not my crummy laptop built-in camera anymore. So check that out on Tuesday. I think I'm pretty proud of the information in there. And make sure, I don't think you're a real YouTube channel until you've said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But seriously, make sure to like things, comment, and subscribe them, because it really actually helps. And the more people that watch, the more motivating it is to create stuff, and the more helpful it is to figure out what to create. So thank you guys for taking the time to participate and watch now. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. There were some chats that popped up. I don't want to miss these right now. Sharing is caring. Yes, Jasapot. I think that's what it says. Sharing is caring. Heather, I know I'm an inspiration, but I'm inspired by the best inspirations. Wink, wink. And let's see, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie. I think about you all the time, because when I think of an example of just sort of kindness and thoughtfulness, your comments and your support always pop into my head. Literally, I was thinking, like, a couple of hours ago, I was making a video and I was like, wait, what would Valerie think about this? Just because it's a great filter to run things through. So thank you so much for helping. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading because I'm getting old. But Jason says, cool setup. Thank you for that. I'm really excited about trying to make live streams look better, and it's my goal. Here, I'll scoot out of the chat area. And it's my goal to do that and to share things with you about how I do that. So as I'm trying to explore maybe making live stream a little more polished than you typically see it on YouTube, I am happy to share my trials and tribulations and tools with you guys. So, so there we go. That is now a great place to end it, right at 30 minutes. Boom. So with that being said, please remember, if you like the stuff that I do, please make sure that you subscribe. Please make sure to go back and check out videos, because especially as a new channel, you know, there's not a ton of viewership for some of the older stuff, but I'm really proud of pretty much everything that I've made. And so just because it doesn't have like a ton of views doesn't mean it might not actually be interesting to watch. So if you haven't checked out some stuff, I'm really proud of it. I hope you find it very interesting. Please make sure to actually share if you think other people that you know are interested in things and enthusiastic about stuff. Share with them, because I want to spread the enthusiasm to everybody. So that being said, hope you guys have a fantastic week. I really appreciate your time and support and viewership and other stuff, and all the kindness and just general awesomeness that the YouTube community has shown me thus far. So hope you guys have a terrific week. Thanks for watching. I will see you next Sunday. Bye.